Okay, Daryl, I'm going to compare your chipping technique to two or three of the pros. Here's Tiger, and I have flipped him to be a left-hander. First, let's look at the setup. You can easily see, one, that his feet are very, very close together. Yours are a lot further apart. Another thing that they do is that they will be fairly straight here, almost in line with the shaft, and you have a fairly radical break in your back of your right wrist in shaft, so you don't really have a straight line from the shoulder to the ball. Um, you have a large angle there in your wrist, and that makes sometimes controlling the bottom of the arc very difficult. It's easy for the club to sometimes drift out further away from you, and then you hit the ground behind the ball, or you let it bend too much and you hit the ball thin or top it or blade it, and you don't really lock down the radius length of your golf circle. Whereas Tiger is set up here with a particular straight line that is fully extended almost, which allows him to have a constant arc as that club swings. It doesn't change through the wrist angle. Now let's look at the swing itself as Tiger takes it back. This is just a very short chip. His club goes to here. He's hinged his wrist a little bit here, particularly that left hand, almost at a right angle there. And as he comes through, makes contact, he keeps his hands moving as one unit. You can also see how his chest has stayed, his hands are right in front of his chest. He swung his chest so his club and his chest are all lined up. They're all lined up. So when he was back here, comes in, he has everything lined up. He continues moving his chest, and he's still all lined up. Chest and club move as a connected unit, and he's all lined up. So he swings the club not so much by flipping his hands, but swinging the chest and arms as one connected unit. Now, as you take it back, your backswing is similar to his. You have the club about the same here. A little bit of a wrist hinge there and there. So that's good. Then as you come through, as you hit the ball, you tend to stop the left hand right there and just kind of flip it through, so you don't end up with the club and chest lined up. Your chest is kind of here and your club is here, and the back of your right hand is bent quite a bit. So you've really you've cupped your wrist here, so you have an angle right there. Whereas Tiger, his back of his wrist is pretty straight. He doesn't have it angled like that. Here's Rory McIlroy. Again, he sets up with his feet very close together. Has a pretty good straight line here with his arm and club. Now this is a little bit longer shot. So he's taking it back a little bit further and has a little bit more wrist hinge. But he comes through, and he's nice, and his hands are right in front of his chest. As he continues forward, his chest swings, hands and chest move as a connected unit, just like Tiger. Very good. Here's Luke Donald. I flipped him to be left-handed. Again, you're seeing a nice straight line with the right arm and shaft. As he comes back, he'll hinge it a little bit. And then as he comes through, again, he will, his chest and hands and club are kind of lined up. Everything moves as a connected unit. His hands are still in front of his chest. When his chest is facing that way, so is his hands and his club. He's moved this back knee. He's pivoted his hips. He's not just swinging his hands, he's swinging his entire body through. So they are using their entire body to swing that club through the ball. They're not just using their hands, they're swinging their entire body. Now we're going to compare your technique before and after we made the adjustment. On the left was before I adjusted your setup and your swing, and on the right was after we adjusted it. Big, big difference. Look at the setup difference. You have a very extended arm and shaft in similar line as what we saw the pros have. Your feet are much closer together. Your old setup had a lot more angle in the back of that right wrist. The back of your right wrist in this setup is almost flat. Very good. It's a big improvement there. You stayed on your right side, even though your hands have gone to the right. You've kept your weight on that front foot. That's very good. As you come down and hit it on the left, you can see how the back of your right hand kind of starts to cup, and this angle actually gets bigger than it started. On this one, you make good contact. You're fully extended through here. Club and arm are all lined up. And look how you come through. That is just outstanding right there. Very good. You got your chest, your hands, your arms, your club all swinging as a connected unit. So that's just going to continue to improve as you practice. It's new to you right now. You're not familiar with the feeling it's creating, but you need to practice so that this method is what you are very comfortable with, and you get comfortable by practicing it. That technique will produce better results than your old technique. So keep that practice going. Hold your finish. That's very important as you learn the technique. Hold your finish. Good. Didn't take much. It's a soft, short backswing, and then just swing your chest to there. There you go. Perfect. Okay, good. I'm just looking. My goal today is to make sure that you understand the technique you need to practice. You're not going to own it today. You're not going to master it today. You're going to hit a lot of good shots with it today, but you're also going to hit some bad shots. But I've got to make sure when you leave today, you know what to practice so that you then own it down the road. Okay. So feet close together, a little bit of shaft lean, swing the chest. There you go. That's even better. That would be perfect. Okay. Okay, just keep going here. Ooh, that was super clean. And the more you practice it, the more the good ones, almost what I call the happy accident. I want you to add just a little bit of wrist and try not to hit that cheek. So you're coming a little bit steeper. Yeah, more of like a mini chop. Ooh, I love that. That feel good?
Yeah.
That's a good one. So you can have, I think you're going to need to have a small little wrist action. That'll get it up quicker so that you don't come in low and scrape the ground behind you so much. You'll be able to get closer to the ball before you hit it. So let's add that little wrist hinge. There you go. That was really nice.
Oh, that felt good.
That was really good. All right. All right, get your sand wedge now. Stay forward. Yeah, really exaggerate. Get uncomfortably on that forward side. Yes, yes. Swing to the post. That's how you learn the form. Very good. So Your swing thought is the pitcher. I want to kind of get a baseline of how you choose to move your body right now to hit these shots. Now, if you're going to use that club and, say, land on the front edge of the green, you'd have to swing a little bit harder, do a little bit more swing, maybe have more wrist hinge. Okay, go ahead and hit some a little bit further then. So have a little bit of wrist hinge. Like you're hammering something right there with your hand. So I want you to fully take your arm, get your arms almost parallel to the ground there. I don't want you to lift your wrist like this. You want a right angle from this arm. You want to point this butt in the handle straight at the ground. Feel that up and down as if you're hammering something. Boom. Sledgehammer. Boom. You have a lot more power and range of motion that direction with your wrist than this direction. Okay, now set up on the ground. Take it halfway back and visualize that there's a post right here and you're going to hammer. I get a lot of speed and mobility with nothing moving. Effortless power right there. You have to tap into. Right? So what I do, let me try. I'm going to come in here and punch. But I'm going to point and then hit. But I want you to just watch the action here. That was just a little comfortable swing right there. Yes, I love that wrist hinge right there. That feel a little bit new?
Yeah.
That is so good to hear. You're going to be a whole new golfer. Is that kind of effortless?
Yeah.
Golly.
Didn't swing very hard.
You haven't been using that. Let's just keep hitting that right there. I don't want to cloud the mind right now. I want you to just kind of, just learn that new feeling. Straight, effortless power now. That's awesome, Daryl. And then you would play percentages. If in your mind you've been practicing these shots and you have found your skill level isn't there yet to go after the flag, then you'd play the percentage and go left. But at some point, you're going to identify a particular yardage carry number to a feeling of swing. Good. That was your best you've hit right there. So, without having a lob wedge, and you're still facing this shot on the course, you've got to do something. So what you need the ball to go shorter. You never want to what we call decelerate. I never want you to be slowing the club down as it approaches the ball in order to shorten the distance that it's going. If you took the same length backswing, you would have to slow it down from that same point if you wanted to go shorter. I always want you to accelerate aggressively into the ball. Okay. But you can't do it now from this long backswing. The normal, standard backswing. You're going to have a shorter backswing and then attack. So do a couple of rehearsals where you feel like you don't take it back quite as far, but you are still going to be aggressive in the strike. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So we're shortening the swing to shorten the distance, but we're always attacking. All right, we're going to practice that a little bit more. Yeah, that's a good one right there. You get it further.
I love it. You didn't. Your subconscious mind didn't trust that you would get it there if you didn't go even extra hard. You had a shorter backswing then, but you just really went after it. Good. The new stuff. I'm giving you new stuff, and you need to own it. You can't own it without work. But what's frustrating about golf is you've been doing something wrong and not have a clue how to fix it. Yeah. Now you have a clue how to fix it. You just need to work on it now, so it becomes permanently fixed. And I am confident when you start practicing with this new wrist and you practice different tempos, you find a tempo. I have limited vocabulary when it comes to describing a feeling I want you to have. I start out with be aggressive, but then if you go stupid aggressive, that's stupid aggressive. I'm sorry, wrong word. How do you come up with another word that doesn't get you there? So you have to kind of find your own sensory vocabulary. It's still aggressive. It's still aggressive. What I want the club to be accelerating. Now I can be sitting at a red light waiting for it to turn green, and it turns green, and I can burn rubber, or I can have a smooth acceleration. I want a smooth acceleration. Some of these are burning rubber, but I would rather see that than a be slowing down. You know, I don't want to be slowing down to the light. I want you to be speeding up from the light. So with practice, you're going to find almost accidentally a comfortable tempo that you can repeat consistently and has a smooth acceleration into it. Let's hit just a couple more. They're going to go over there and start on the full swing. Okay. I really want you to be hitting the driver today before you leave and want to hit it on the course. So have a little bit more relaxed, comfortable. And let's finish now. Let's go ahead and finish onto that front foot a little bit, and this back foot comes off the ground just a little bit. Just a little, not a lot. And you can even look at the green at the end of the swing if you want. Okay? Oh, I like that one. That's the one. That was the happy accident right there.